So yeah, here with Ivan today, talking about taking it easy, right effort, attitude. Mm, yeah, the reality is things that we do, things that we think about, obstacles in life that we face, whatever is before us currently right here in this present moment. It doesn't have any quality of being easy or hard.
Mm.
The quality of being easy or hard to do or to deal with is something that we give it. And yeah, that can certainly be influenced by what our attitude is. We have the attitude of, oh, this is easy. Do this happily. Not worried about the outcome. I mean, when you're not worried about the outcome and you're not concerned with the goal, then it's beyond easy.
Yeah.
It's even saying, oh, it's easy, or oh, the practice is hard, or that's still binding you to something. That's still binding you to a goal. That's still binding you to a finish line. That's still saying,
Mm.
oh, it's easy to get from here to there.
Mm. Mm. Yeah.
But if we throw out the concept that there's a there that needs to be gotten to, then it's easier than even being easy.
Mm.
It's just the recognition that everything really is okay right now. We have arrived. This is the happy ending. You've won the grand prize. Right now.
Yeah. Mm.
So, enjoying that is worthwhile to do. It's not about, oh, is it easy or is it hard? Just like, oh, wow, we're alive. Let's enjoy it. We don't have to label it as easy or hard or difficult, or we don't have to label it as we've made this much progress, or
Mm.
those are all steps that we can skip entirely.
Mm. Um, now that you said it, I just suddenly remember about, even just the practice in what we do here, Anapanasati. I guess that's the reason why Dhamma don't really discourage thinking about progress, because I think, looking from my experience, the moment I say, wow, that was easy, I suddenly have an expectation that tomorrow will be the same. Whereas if it should be something like, I don't even think about it. I think Zen always, it's Zen that always say, every time you sit down, have a beginner mind. Like, don't think about the yesterday sitting was nice or difficult. It's just right now. I mean, yeah, just the way you're describing it suddenly made me realize that.
Yeah, and having that beginner's mind keeps the practice fresh.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. I I know that there's two things happening. One is the comparison mindset, which I fall into, And another one which you just mentioned is the expectation. I wanting something that it's a very old habit of mine. It keeps coming back time to time. I have to catch it. Yeah, it's just I have to keep throwing that out, right? Like this. Yeah, I don't know. I know I have to keep throwing that out. It's just I just realized that just it keeps taking hold of me.
Yeah, and when we throw it out, we can recognize that it's not worth having, it's not worth doing. That's the thing.
Mm.
One things that's a verb. That's a thing that we're doing when we're wanting something.
Yeah. It,
And I mean, sometimes it even does represent itself physically, but it starts in the mind.
mm. Now that you said it. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
When it's Halloween and the kids want the candy, they hold their bag out. They say, "Give me the candy."
I was just thinking about, and also interesting because I suddenly, when you say one thing is a verb, I suddenly was thinking about, like, I could be doing something and the mind wants something. It's actually multitasking at that moment because it's thinking about this thing somewhere in the future. And then while I'm doing whatever needs to be done. So it's kind of split, like it's scattered. It feels that way, yeah. I never thought of it that way, but I mean, when you said that, suddenly that's how I imagine it.
Well, another way to think about it is that when we're wanting something, we're distracting ourselves from what is already happening.
Yeah. I just realized this whole experience that I'm talking about, I can just refer it back to my practice because, in Anapanasati, at least I don't think about samadhi. I don't think about getting into first jhana. It's just this breath, this one wholesome thought after another. It's just this moment. And usually that really creates the best result. I just realized the parallels very similar. Um, yeah.
Yeah, the classic, you don't need to think your way out of it.
Well, why do we do that? I mean, I know why, but I just want to talk about that. Like why do we? This is such a old habit, right? We want to think our way
Well,
out of it.
we can say, why do we do that? Is another unnecessary thought.
Mhm.
It's another step that we can skip.
Mhm.
It's another goal, another puzzle that we don't need to solve, that we don't need to accomplish.
Mhm. Yeah, it's because when I ask why, it's like trying to analyze things. Still, in some way, try to think our way out, right? Yeah. Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
don't need to analyze the data.
That's very true.
Just, let the data come in, enjoy it, be at peace with it. Don't try to make something out of it.
Don't try to make something out of it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Even if you do make something out of it, it'll just lead to more dukkha, to more disappointment. Because whatever you make out of it, fall apart.
Yeah. 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 It's, yeah, like it's so interesting when you say that. I try to bring my mind back here. Yeah, telling myself there's nothing to really figure out. And I see that there's this uncomfortable sensation around the head. Like, no, we need to know. It's so funny.
Having the thought, there's an uncomfortable situation or an uncomfortable sensation in the back of the head that's making something out of the sensation that we're feeling. That's calling it uncomfortable. That's an unnecessary process. You can say, oh, I don't need to label that as uncomfortable. I don't need to see that as uncomfortable.
I can just see that as sensation.
Yeah, I mean, that's a more wholesome way to see it, sure.
I see. Yeah.
It's kind of like some people like spicy and some people don't. So when you get a spicy, uncomfortable sensation, practice enjoying it. That's the truth with people that really like spicy, is they've practiced enjoying it.
Now that you say that, I was I was no, I don't. No, I was just reflecting on how today I think I make. Well, I'm just gonna use my own word. I make a bunch of bullshit for like few times, several times a day. It's like observing something and then telling myself some stories, and at first it doesn't feel much, right? And then maybe half an hour later the dukkha comes, and yeah, it's just yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Well, I think my practice here, I think one of the sticking, maybe call it sticky points unwholesome, but I'm just using my own words here. It's just, I could be quite at peace, and then, my mind still have a tendency, to pick up stuff and make something out of it, like you said. I think it's just catching it, right? Just catching when I'm doing that and say, hey, there's no need to do that. That's the wholesome practice. I don't know. Or maybe just don't think about it, just keep staying wholesome. Yeah.
When you're saying my mind has a tendency to do this, that's still analyzing your current progress.
Yeah, true.
which is unnecessary.
Mm. No, you're right.
You can skip that step of analyzing your current process so much and just enjoy this process. At peace with this process. Take it easy. That's the process of being in right now.
Yeah, just never mind, start again, right? There's no need to dissect it and look, what went wrong. Just start again.
Well, better to look at what's going on right now in the mind.
Okay. Yeah. That's also happening right now in my mind. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, now that you said it, I know that the part of me that wants to analyze and trying to understand why I still have this XYZ habit. That in itself is actually the problem. Like you said, I can kind of just skip the process, just notice what's happening now and say, yeah, it's okay, I can drop that. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I know what you say is true, but there's this sensation, like this like I don't know, like I don't have to label it, but there's just this like it's like saying no, even though I know from experience that's true.
Yeah,
Is
it's
that a
just
Teresa's? uh,
a sensation. It's not the boss of you.
I see. Okay.
When you let it boss you around, that's giving power to it.
No, yeah, that's true.
That's trying to turn it into something again.
Hmm. I should just keep relaxing my body, right? When just keep
Yeah,
relaxing. Yeah, yeah, just relax. Yeah. It's so funny. Before I call you, I was looking out some Theravada what to go to. 30 minutes drive from my place, and instead of feeling wholesome about it or like, wow, can't wait to go there, I create a stories of like, "Oh, I should be there right now. Like this fucking sucks. Like this dukkha is so suck." And then it's like, wait, why am I doing that to myself?
well, here's
Yeah,
another perspective.
yeah.
You're already at a lot. And guess who the Ajahn is? Guess who the abbot is?
Me. Yeah, 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 wait, yeah. Yeah, I can see it quiet down. There's still some of them shouting. I can feel it, but
Just a little spicy sensation.
yes.
No big deal.
That really got me thinking about how Dhamma always mentioned about brought out like feeling like a victim. Uh, took me a long time to actually really start to see it. I can see it's really ingrained in me. Like even right now, right? This practice brought me so much joy. Uh, it's crazy. Even now, I still feel like there's this part of me that says like, "Oh, I need someone to save me." It's like, wait, why? Like I'm doing the work here. It's no, it's just I don't know. The
What's
mind
the
is
language you're using? You're still using language of analyzing your practice, of looking at your progress.
what language would you recommend? That's not only
Simple Dhamma language. Don't need to overcomplicate things. Find words, phrases, and sentences that you can cut out.
Hmm.
When you cut out all the bullshit, then there's
Hmm.
something good.
Yeah, yeah. Just start thinking. Uh,
Well, it's not about stopping thinking, it's more have wholesome thoughts.
yeah, yeah,
The stopping of the thinking will kind of happen on its own in a sort of way by having wholesome thoughts. That's what calms the mind down. It's having those calming, soothing, happy, peaceful, satisfying, wholesome thoughts. That's what puts the mind at ease. Telling ourselves, oh, just stop thinking. That doesn't, that's not going to work. That's like telling the baby, why don't you just stop crying already? Instead, we can say, oh, everything's okay. Everything is all right. We already got the good ending. There's no place to go, nothing to do. Can be happy right now. Not a thing to worry about. Just take a nice, long, easy breath and remember that everything is all right.
yeah, yeah. Thank you. kind of makes me want to practice after this call.
Sure. Yeah, we'll go practice, taking it easy. This has been really enjoyable talking with you, my friend.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mikey.
Yes, and thank you for your contributions to the Sangha. It's been really great.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
We have a new video from Ivan coming out. Some of you may have already seen it. All right. I'll see you later for now. Take care.
See you, Mikey. Salam.